think I put it on too late.
like us. So far on the Gold Coast, for example, we have not had a single death from COVID-19. And elsewhere in Queensland, the numbers are incredibly small. If we can get people vaccinated to high rates when the virus is introduced,
He's blaming the unvaccinated for any spread in the future.
extraordinary achievement that pretty well no other jurisdiction.
90% vaccinated, but it's the 10%'s fault that the rest are going to get infected. They're going to infect you.
Do you think Queenslanders are psychologically ready to meet the virus? Because you really haven't, have you?
I think unless you know people interstate or overseas, you don't realise in Queensland what an extraordinary impact this virus has had on people, either through the direct trauma of
Oh,
death
God, we know exactly what it is, mate, because we're living it.
or the indirect trauma of these terrible lockdowns that have occurred in cities like Sydney and Melbourne. For many Queenslanders who don't have those contacts, they've been living in this paradise, this false environment, and some still seem to believe that the pandemic is not coming here, and it is a little frustrating. But I'm here to say it's coming and it's time.
So he's still telling us there's a pandemic to come.
For you, in the short term and then in the longer term? I mean, paint us a picture.
I think for vaccinated Australians, life is going to return to normal pretty well
While you've got the tick on your phone.
months, and there will be some minor
Once the 6 months comes up, you'll need another. Your tick will go red, and you need a booster.
etc. But by and large, for vaccinated Australians, life will return more or less to normal. For healthcare workers, the impact of COVID-19 will last for some time, and we're only just about to feel the full impact of it. And that will probably last for months, possibly even years for healthcare workers. And for non-vaccinated Australians, I cannot see the future. I do not see what will happen to them in the future. I think this will impact on them until such time as they are vaccinated.
That's it.
So really is no future in being unvaccinated.
There's no future in being unvaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Can you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? There's no future without the jab. Just exactly like Bill Gates said.
Dr. John Gerard. Well, lots of Australians have got a dog during the pandemic, but going to a breeder can get complicated. Kylie,
Anyway, I thought I'd just say hello to you just quickly. I always look on the bright side of life, but I think we're heading into some tough times down the path. But, it's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbour? Well, it's another day here, ladies and gentlemen, in this fucking lockdown fucking central that I live in. Apparently, at 11:59 on Thursday night, the virus is going to take a holiday, and everybody can go back, can do it. It'll all be open again to do whatever you want to do. So let's see what happens this time next week. They haven't made the passports mandatory down in Melbourne yet. They are in Sydney, so I look forward to that little proposition. I don't really give a flying rat's thing about what they want. I do not fucking care. The tighter they want to make it for me, I look at it, well, you can go fuck yourself. I ain't spending any money with you. I won't be buying anything from you. I don't care about your fucking $5 coffees or your fancy meals that are $35 and $40 a meal. I don't care about your nightclubs because I don't believe anybody's going to be fucking going out to them anyway. And the only thing I might miss was the occasional movie. That's it. They make occasional movie, and I will find a way around it to go and see my movies. But that's about it. If a shop is going to have a sign out the front and they need you to do all this stuff before you go in, then you just don't go in. Simple as that. Go onto your telephone and click and collect, and they can have it out the front for you. I went to Kmart yesterday to pick up an order, a box, and as I'm standing in the line, don't forget it's closed down here, and it's all at the front. You see, you collect your parcel at the front of the shop. and the lady is, there's a sign there, you know, before you enter the store, you got to check in, rah, rah, and all these, you know, the mask mandate and all that kind of thing, right? So the lady's laid it right out on me. Oh, did you check in, dear? And you'll need to put a mask on, and I'll need your identification to pick up your box. And I said, well, all those three things are not going to happen. You know, they're just not going to happen. I'm real sorry about that. I'm not here to argue with you, but for number one, we're not entering your store. We're at the front of your store, and as you can clearly see, your store is closed. So I don't have to do any of the check-in thing. I said, and a mask. What? So to pick a box up, I said, I'm not putting a mask on. And what do you need identification for? Oh, just to check that it's you. I said, well, what happens if I had someone else that I was at work and I had someone else come past and pick up the box for me? I said, well, what would you do then? I said, that's ridiculous. I said, I'm not giving you any ID either. I said, obviously it's mine. It's on my phone. There it is right there. I've just given you the order number. Obviously it's me. It's mine. So I shouldn't have to provide any identification before I do that. So it's getting a little bit tight-roped. They're really trying. But as far as your restaurants and all that go, just get takeaway. Just get click and collect or get home delivery. Because even when they do open this up on Thursday, that's what's wrong with these retarded fucking people that are in control that get paid all this big money. You know, they want to wave the magic fucking fairy wand, and at 12 o'clock midnight, you know, everything is going to magically pop open and fucking be back to normal as it was 18 months ago. And it's just not. It's just not. Like, these shops are fucking busted, man. They've had, like, over 12 months of non-paying fucking rent, right? So for them to think that it's just going to magically pop back open again and everything's going to be great, that's just not going to happen. It's just going to be the big shopping centre shops that are going to be open, and it'll allow the sheeple to go out and spend some money for Christmas, which is what they want. And it'll allow for the big football game, 20,000 people. It'll allow for the $10,000 or $20,000 horse race that people are going to go and attend to. It'll allow all the Boxing Day sales and all of that. And I won't be surprised if they go back into lockdown after that, because the cases are going to go through the roof, right? Because everyone's shedding the stuff, and by that time they're going to need a booster. And have a look at Israel. Okay, please just have a look at Israel, what's going on in other countries, and that is what is going to come on here. And over in Israel, I believe it's last 6 months on your phone, you get a green tick and you're able to do all those nice things. But as soon as you get a red tick on your phone, you have to go back and have a booster shot. And you can't do anything in life without that green tick on your phone. So you can't go anywhere and do anything without that green tick. So I'm hoping that the other countries, it doesn't go that way with Australia, but it certainly doesn't look that good. We're certainly not on a good banner. There's no more protesting anymore, I'm afraid. The police have arrested basically all of the ringleaders, just like I told you they would. They've arrested them all, they put them on bail conditions, and that's basically the end of them. All right, it really is, because the court case isn't for 6 months, and then they're tied up for the next 6 months, so they can't do anything. So there'll be no more protesting and anything like that, and I believe it's just the start of it. You know, I don't believe it's the end of it. I don't believe it's going to end. They'll give us the Christmas round, and then after the New Year, I believe they'll shut it all down again because of the caseloads. But I might be completely wrong. Let's all hope we go back to the new COVID normal life, right? But if they do, if they just open it all back up again, they've missed that opportunity, haven't they, ladies and gentlemen? They've missed that opportunity to take the control that they've really wanted. So in Sydney, they're not. They've got them all on the passport. In other countries, they've got them all on the passport. So and that's for life. That's forever. So hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully we all just go back to our happy little life that we used to have, and that would be just a wonderful, wonderful thing. But either way, stay happy, healthy, and well always. Hopefully you got someone in your life that loves you and that you love them and that you actually are getting some kind of love in your life, because it sure as fuck is horrible being with someone if you're not getting any love, all right? That is fucking terrible, man, and I really understand it now that I'm on my own. I do enjoy on my own. I actually enjoy it. I like my own space. I enjoy my own space. I enjoy my television, my room, my workshop. I enjoy all of that. So I'm fine. Like if I want a coffee, I go out and make a coffee. If I want to go out to, there's nowhere I want to go or anywhere I want to do. And I sure as hell don't want to go out and pay $40 for a meal, because that's what a meal is going to cost. All hairdressers are going to be, go through the roof, the price wise. Everything is going to skyrocket. Petrol today, $1.90, ladies and gentlemen, $1.90 a litre in Melbourne, which is incredibly expensive. It's the most expensive I've seen ever. So that was just today alone. So I was going to go and get some petrol, and I just drove back home again. Fuck that, I'm not getting anything. But other than that, boys, you've got to find some happiness and a bit of love in your life. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you've got a job, you've got your jab going, and you got your job going on, and you're happy in your life. And that's all that really matters, really, is to find a bit of happiness and joy. And find someone that actually loves you, that actually wants to be with you is the other big thing, because that's going to be a hard one, boys. Anyway, take care. Always take care. Say hello. Don't be shy. I'm just sitting around here doing me homework and doing me fucking masks and doing me moulding and me casting, and I try and get me projects on the eBays. And I think Facebook is completely boring now, and YouTube is completely boring. Everybody's been deleted. Everybody's been removed. There's fucking, mate, so many people have been removed from these channels that it's just become boring to fucking watch, because you can't put anything in YouTube and something comes up. You can't search anything. There's fucking nothing there. It's only pre-approved fucking information, and everything else gets removed. And even Amazing Polly got removed. She used to just sit down in her chair talking her talk, and everybody gets removed, boys. Facebook, the same thing. Anybody that talks out of line gets removed. So I've been going on that TikTok and watching a bit of TikTok and a bit of Bumble. I like Bumble. Those videos seem all right, and TikTok seems all right. But it certainly made Facebook and YouTube really boring. Really, really boring. Because in comparison, there's just like pre-selected shit. Like on Facebook, all I'm getting is the child hunters. I'm getting a lot of them because I used to watch them, hunt the child thing, whatever they are. And there's nothing about COVID that I get. There's nothing about any political shit that I get on Facebook anymore. It's just all boring stuff, and I don't even bother with it anymore. So it's becoming tighter and tighter for information. You have to follow the narrative, okay? Follow the narrative. I don't know about you, but I don't know if you've noticed the difference in people after the jab. I don't know if you've noticed any difference with people, but if you're unjabbed and they're jabbed, yeah, they don't really like you a whole lot. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to take all that. I don't worry about any of it. It's whether you trust these people that are doing all the talking to get jabbed. It's whether you trust them or not. How do you trust them? Well, I don't trust them. I wouldn't trust them to mind a fucking canary, let alone fucking a bank account, or let alone my fucking anything to do with my health. I wouldn't trust them at all. Most of these people are getting done in New South Wales. We've had 5 ministers go for corruption. They did go after Dan Andrews, but Dan Andrews and his cabinet changed the law with IBAC, ladies and gentlemen. About 5 days ago, he changed the law in regards to what IBAC can do. And they can investigate the initial whatever it is, but as soon as it branches out into something else, they're not allowed to investigate it. So they've stopped them investigating Andrews. If these laws existed when Gladys was in, she wouldn't have been taken out. She'd be still Premier now, because those laws would have helped her. Basically, the politicians changed the law to help themselves, so that they can't go after the politicians for any corruption or anything the politician does. So Andrews has got himself out of being done by IBAC, okay, because he was under the microscope. So hopefully we can get rid of him. I don't know if it'll make any difference, ladies and gentlemen, because they'll only be replaced by somebody else that again follows the narrative and does exactly what they're told. And you know what I find amazing? That they're saying the same thing all over the world. All of these world premiers and world leaders are all saying the same words. And it's really like, what is it, a script you're reading? It must be some kind of script or something that you fucking, because they're reading the same thing all the way through. Anyway, take care. Stay safe. Eat some good food. Drink some good coffee. Have some nice veg if you've got any good veg. And fucking be happy. That's just it. Be happy. take care and give us a hello, give us a thumbs up if you can. And I'll come on one day and say hello to you for a stream one day and say hello to you. Thanks very much for your viewing, and always stay well. Que sera, sera, boys. What will be, will be.